Hi. Hello there. I am JD Brink, and I'm making this quick little video here today to get the word out. You might be saying to yourself, "Hey, JD Brink, why are you dressed up all fancy today in that crappy gray t-shirt that I'm not willing to admit how old it is?" It's because it's a special occasion today. And that special occasion is that my entire Identity Crisis universe series is on sale right now. It's a 4-book series. I call it my Superheroes for Grown Up series. And book one is $1. The ebooks, these are the ebook versions. Book two is $2. Book three is $3. And book four is also $3. So you can get the entire 4-book series for $9. This is a Kindle Countdown deal in the US and the UK. Sorry, Amazon doesn't go to other countries, doesn't offer the Kindle Countdown deal in other countries. That's not me. That's them. But I thought I was trying to figure out what to do. I was like, well, I could tell you what all the books are about, but that's kind of biased, and you can kind of see that in the descriptions. I thought instead I would read some of the reviews, which I just collected up. And so let's see what readers have to say. So, book one, someone wrote, "A different kind of superhero, an enjoyable read, and I hope to see more from this character. He was irreverent, funny, and a bit of a smartass. One of the more entertaining super characters I've come across lately. If you like a little humor mixed with your adventure and horror, this one's for you." Oh yeah, by the way, there's a little bit of horror in book one, which makes it a nice segue into the month of October because October is Halloween and we all watch horror movies and watch all the scary stuff all in October. So this is a good segue into Shocktober. Book one is anyway. The other books, there's not that in it, but this one there's. Also about book one, very human for superhumans. It also contained a little bit of everything: humor, horror, action, and drama. Riveting superhero tales with our government run amok in the background. Thrilling and extremely well written. Thank you. Book two. Book one, by the way, is called Hungry Gods. Book two is called Secret Origins. Book two is actually 6 different stories combined, and it talks about characters you met in book one and characters you will meet in book three. This review says, "Forget the steely-eyed, square-jawed, muscle-bound lady killer and meet the overweight, the fish-faced, the balding, and the," I'm guessing it was supposed to say asshole, maybe? It says as he holds. So I think that was an autocorrect. That fate has gifted with superhuman abilities. Fun fare for comic book lovers. Another person wrote 6 great stories for the price of one. The stories of Spitball, Medicine Man, Red Mantis, Shadow Puppet, Proteus, and Herb. Don't worry, he gets a superhero name eventually. Feel real and humanizing, showing us that heroes are normal people, have more in common. Superheroes and normal people have more in common than some would think. Wow, I enjoyed each of these small origin stories and how a lot of them tie together to other stories or books. I really enjoyed the bumbling superhero team with the were-dog. I'm not going to tell you about the were-dog, but that is a nice Halloween allusion too. Book 3 is called Deus Ex Machina. It's best summed up by this one line that someone wrote that says Casino Royale with superheroes. So it's very much like a James Bond story, and I wrote it that way on purpose. My dad kind of raised me on James Bond movies. This one actually have several. I took several quotes from reviews because there were so many nice ones. And that, in my opinion, book 3 is the best of the 4 books too. I really enjoyed the returning characters as well as newly introduced villains. The most recent installment of Mr. Brink's Identity Crisis universe is perhaps the best one yet. Tired of straight arrow heroes and boring villains? Thankfully, none here. With a mouth that would give Ryan Reynolds a run for stream of consciousness rambling, Spitball, super speedster and poster boy for heroes with ADHD, takes us on another harebrained, high-speed, no drag queens adventure. I'm not exactly sure what the no drag queens refers to, but I think I have an idea. You have to read the book to find out what that means. J.D. Brink is a racing lunatic and one to keep an eye on. I gotta admit, I went into this one with low expectations and it pleasantly surprised me. Great pace and entertaining, plausible characters with a somewhat comedic action plotline. Not quite as dark as the previous book, it was more of a fun ride with Spitball. I loved where it ended, the book ready made for a future installment. Can't wait to see where it goes from here. The next one says, doesn't take itself too seriously while having charismatic characters. I'll be reading the entire series. Glad the author doesn't feel like explaining every single part of the science. And I definitely don't. And I think I actually don't go into a lot of the science because comic book science is silly and ridiculous and it's hard to make a plausible argument for it. So if you're willing to buy in that you're reading a superhero book, then you should be good. That's all you need to know. Superheroes has everything. It's got super science and magic and psychics and unexplainable things. And if that's good enough, if that's you like those kind of books, then why try to explain it in some ridiculous way that doesn't make any sense? So I leave out a lot of that stuff. Says Brinks. A lot of people misspell my name with an S on it. My students do the same thing. Brinks brings it on so many different levels. This one was so much fun to read that I got to the end way too fast. Like I have said on this author's previous stories, kudos go to character design and world building that really shine his stories over traditional superheroing. Truly a cut above and worthy. Thank you. And then book 4, the last of the series at this point. Book 4 is called Golden Age Heroes, and it kind of flashes back to World War II. First one says, Brink may not be the next script writer for Deadpool, but he is probably in line, somewhere way in the back, and being a pain while they wait, too. A sense of devilish humor and a bag full of snark makes these tales fun for old comic book fans. And the last one, JD takes your typical comic book series of heroes and twists them into an interesting series of new genre twisting adventures. It takes a twisted mind to turn out a series like this. I'm glad I got to experience it. A lot of twisting in that. So all great praise and thanks for the kind words. This week is when the sale is on. It's a limited time. So today is September 23rd, 2024. So you probably have about 5 days to catch these books at this discounted price. Please take advantage and let me know what you think. Thanks.